Hey guys, how's it going? It's me Myogi and welcome to another episode of Myogi Reacts to MF Ghost. Now, the time we've all been waiting for. Non-stop racing action, here we go. Can it topple down how Initial D goes about it? Because if we think about it, there is two main differences with how the race scenes are portrayed between Initial D versus the MF Ghost. Initial D always has been one-on-one, while with MF Ghost, it's kind of like Gran Turismo style, so there's like a full-on grid. So a lot of action happening in a single race, and to be honest, that is something that I'm quite excited about. We will expect, however, some battles to deviate from the pack and going individual. From what we could see as well, is that we could see juke outs from the preview from last episode, a juke out from the Lamborghini Huracan and maybe some of the other Grand Tourers. We'll see later if it would contend with Ferrari, because it is a common known thing among car enthusiasts that Ferrari Lamborghini is a rivalry that kind of lasted as long as you and her ex. Okay, I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. That was a bad joke. But yeah, the main thing that we'll need to figure out though is how thick is Kanata's plot armor in a battle. We've seen its thickness of plot battle in the qualifiers, but we know it is a different thing when it comes to the racing action. So let's get it.
No problem.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Now that I do remember, I forgot. I did miss out on some counters. By the way, this one in the preview is not included because this was straight from the last episode. So, to do the correction... Alright, now we can continue. Alright, for those who just came in and just seen the action, so everyone you'll be saying, what the heck is a dogfight? So dogfight is a term that is commonly used in car battles, but it was also originated in air battles. You know, the Navy Wars, Ace Combat, all that jazz, Macross, where it is usually two machines of equal footing going toe-to-toe with each other. It's kind of like a duel in a sense, but with machines. Alright, so looks like the race has begun, so let's see how Kanata would be overcoming this. And if he would be ever reaching the podium or what.
スタート直後の混乱が一段落して隊列が安定してきたようです。フルパワーでセクター1の急勾配を駆け上がっていく15機のファイター。
Okay, so 4 divisions at the start of the matchup. Nice. Good camera work. Oh boy!
MFG は経験が全てだ。
Yeah, tell that to Kanata. Oh wait, right, he has background experience. Ooh, the E92 is keeping up though. Oh wait, alright. Yeah, we were talking about it on the last episode, how the Lotus and the Alpha do not have the proper brandings, but it is okay to build the car model of it. We're seeing the same with the Huracan right here. There's supposed to be a Lamborghini logo at the back, and the front is very empty too. Yeah, it could have been a good moment to flash the Lamborghini badge there. Again, good camera work.
グリップウェイトレシオの均一化というのはコーナリングスピードの均一化であると解釈できます。
私は車両も排気量も問わない グリップウェイトレシオのみというレギュレーション。この衝撃を今でも忘れることができませんね。
ええ、あまりにもシンプルで正直意図するところが分かりませんでした。しかしコーナーで差がつかないということは、パワーがある車ほど直線での加速力が高く有利だという発想にたどり着きます。リッチマンズレギュレーションなどと言われました。ですがここに来てターニングポイントが示されたのではないかと。
Okay, the reason why Kai says that, because yes, it is true. A lot of European machines like the 911 GT3, the R8, the AMG, they are the creme de la creme of racing supercars slash hypercars. That begs the question, where does the Cayman fall into this? Because if we put it on Porsche's lineup, the 911 is up here, especially the GT3 trim. The 911 Carrera is around here. We've seen driven by Jackson Taylor. The Cayman, if we're looking at it on specs alone, is around here. And that's what's being driven, or that's what, that's the car that is being driven by Michael Beck and the Mongolian Chop Squad. Yes. Yeah, so I am seeing a thick level of plot armor surrounding Michael.
もっとも彼の車はパワーがなさすぎてトータルバランスという観点では褒められたものではないですが。
It's called plot armor, Kai.
怒ってんだよんなことは。
両高橋氏が作り上げたレギュレーションは専用タイヤの耐久性の設定が絶妙で、下克上のどんでん返しが起こりうる可能性が確信犯的かつ周到に準備されているんですよ。
いい線いってるぞ。MFG はプロジェクト D の進化系であり。
He said the thing! He said the thing! He said Project D! Okay, for those who have no idea, you better go and backtrack, watch Initial D, then come back here.
先頭集団は間もなくレストハウスのポイントを通過します。9号車相葉が激しく5号車坂本を攻め立てている。ここは目が離せない攻防です。
くそったれ、ヨーロッパ車なんぞに負けねえぞ。大和魂見せたろうぜ GTR。
He sounds so Nakazano.
こんなイカれたステージは本気で攻めてたら命がいくつあっても足りやしないぞ。大排気量のエンジンと 4WD を電子制御で完全武装して車任せにくるっと回ってドカンと加速。
Hey, don't forget Sakamoto. Basically, everything that you said about your Audi is the same as Shun's GTR. The difference is where the engine is placed.
MFG は車が全てだ。
Ooh, our boy is kind of far behind. Did that Civic just drift? Huh?
尾形さん、一つ前の車との差を教えてください。全く見えないので。
一つ前は18号車のアルファロメオだ。約 6.8 秒離れてる。
ラジャー、捕まえに行きます。
Okay, I said there was. I was really hoping there wasn't gonna be a counter, but we gotta abide by the rules.
6.8 秒という差はでかいといえばでかいぞ。
True.
こちらかける。何やってんだのぞみ。早いとこホンダぶち抜いてついてこい。
意外と手強いのよこいつ。 FF のくせにコーナー出口早くて。手伝ってよ兄貴。
しょうがねえな。頃合いを見計らってあれ行くぞ。フォーメーション3を準備しとけ。
了解。頼りにしてるよ兄貴。
I'm liking you, Serizawa's take on Nozomi.
追いついたぜ。 FK8 の方がダウンヒルでのスタビリティが高い。大したことはねえなロータス XCG。 ぶち抜いてやる。甘いぜ外がガラ空きだ。いってる。
Okay, I saw the font of that Lotus. You know what? Let us backtrack a wee bit. There. Yeah, I called it, knew it. It's a bit different. It's a bit different from what we're seeing here. The font style is absolutely different. It's the closest to Lotus. But remember, the branding, I guess fonts, they could get away with it, but not symbols.
今だねじ込めのぞみ。
お先に。
ふざけんな。こいつら外を開けたのは俺を誘うためのフェイントかよ。気をつけろ、前その後ろだ。来てるぞ。遅えよ、もうアルファなら行かれちまったよ。
Not him! I mean not her! Well, that was quick!
仕事しろブース。86号車が来てんなら来てるって言え。言っただろ。並ばれてからじゃ遅せんだよ。こっちは前しか見てねえんだよ。それにしても86号車ははるか後ろにいたんじゃなかったのか。
You thought!
ダウンヒルに入った途端にあっという間に詰めてきやがった。どんなマジックだよ。
86号車が後ろにいるよ兄貴。
It's called plot armor, Maizo.
そいつとテクニカルセクションでまともに競り合ったら勝ち目はない。全力で逃げるぞ。
了解。面白くなってきたね兄貴。
ちっとも面白くなんかね。
I'm liking the soundtrack though it's not Eurobeat. More hype than how they did it in... Oh, Karata's the one saying it now.
MF ゴースト。
Okay, so they switched. Oh my god. Is this necessary?
いいですか。まさか。ファンサービスも大切なお仕事よ。エンジェルスカメラはすごく人気があって視聴率が高いの。
Why is we live in a society, guys? Alright, so to up our views, to up our ratings, what is the thing that we need most? Proper sportsmanship, cool cars, boobs. You're promoted. That's basically the summary of this.
レンちゃんも覚悟しときなさい。知らなかった。
それではクエスチョンタイム。
萌ちゃん、あなたの一押しドライバーは誰ですか？
うわー、それは難しい質問です。ドライバーの皆さんはみんな素敵だけど、どこか近寄りがたい雰囲気があって、とても萌えなんかがそばに寄れる感じじゃないですよ。だから萌えの一押しは15人全部です。みんなが無事にゴールしてくれたらハッピーで嬉しいです。
さすがの神対応でした。
可愛いぞ萌ちゃん。
Simps! Simps!
ぶりっこしやがって。性格悪い総選挙もあればダントツにお前が1位だ。ただ歌って踊るだけかと思ってた。
後半に出た。もう少し行けばコースはもう一度上り勾配になる。そこで86号車を突き放してマージンを作っておかないと、セクター3に入ったらあいつは一気に加速する。
At least they're not downplaying Kanata like they did with Takumi.
鉄拳パワーが来ているぞ。石神のテールにピタリと張り付いています。
何の変哲もないケイマンに彼らの GT3 がここまでつつき回されちゃうな。やけにささかれた気分になっちまう。
I mean, Ishigami is not wrong. We've discussed that earlier. If you've missed out on it, just go back a few minutes back.
奴がポルシェのアカデミー出身であることに俺は意識過剰になっているのか。
Plot armor, Ishigami. It's plot armor.
あなたにその車を狩る資格はあるのか、石神。 991GT3 は歴代のリアエンジンポルシェの中でも最強だ。その車の本当の走らせ方をあなたは分かっているのか。アジアの隅っこの貧相な民族にゲルマン民族が作った最高傑作のシートに座る資格はあるのか。
Okay, now that is racist. I still can't believe at this day and age this is still common outside of America.
相葉俊が右に左に車体を振って5号車坂本に揺さぶりをかける。
どきやがれダークサイドの暗黒表明。バカなのかてめえ。知ったタイヤのことを考えろ。7番ちゃんのキスは俺のもんだ。
さあついに赤羽が一つ前を行くランボルギーニを射程内に捉えた。
Ah, the fated battle. Here we go.
出やがったな赤羽海斗。
そろそろ来る頃だとは思ったぜ。ターボなんぞでふやけやがって落ちたもんだな。羽馬のエンブレムも NA の 5.2 リッター V10 エンジンが背中でせせら笑う。
Okay, extra levels of car talk. What is Daigo Oshi talking about here? Well, here is a known fact. Back in the day, especially during the peak moments of Formula One under the name of Michael Schumacher, when we look at the production cars of that generation, a lot of them do not have force induction, do not have turbos, do not have superchargers. A lot of them are mostly NA. And I do believe that is the legacy that Daigo is talking about concerning Ferrari. But now Ferrari has modernized, and now they're incorporating turbo technology into their machines. And this 488 right here, GTB by the way, not to be mistaken with the Pista, even if they are the same chassis, is testament to that.
俺はフェラーリというブランドに特別な思い入れがあるわけじゃない。ただ戦うギアとして優れているからこいつを選んでいるに過ぎない。だけどなぜかな、その猛牛のエンブレムにだけは気持ちがざわつくぜ。キングオブザスーパーカーと言えるのは今やランボ様だ。
He said King of the Supercar. Let's just add that in.
グランプリの伝統なんてクソくらいだぜ。
Okay, not adding Grand Prix because that's obviously no.
誰かが耳元でささやくんだ。ぶち抜け、前に出ろ。その車の後陣だけは浴びるなと。
驚きました。なんと86号車が14位できます。
Why is Fumihiro not surprised?
15台すべてのマシンがセクター3に移行します。
86号車のこの快進撃は正直全く予想していませんでした。
理想的なポイントで追いついたぜ。この位置は特等席だ。かまぼこストレートまではあのベッケンバウアーより速かったなんて悪い冗談だぜ。
Hold up! Wasn't he like inches right next to Nozomi and her brother earlier? How did he fall way back? You should have at least seen that. Yeah. No. No. I know the specs of that Civic, and basically that's like at least 50 to 100 horsepower leagues higher than the 86 GT. So don't compare them in the same category group.
逃がしたくない。待ってくれ。アクセルを踏み込む時間を。ストレート。ダメだ。離れていく。逃げられる。何が起こっているんだ。俺には理解不能だ。同じ物理法則が働いている場所にいるとは思えない。
He's Fujiwara zoning him just without the BS teleporting thingy from what we've seen in 5th stage.
Not アクシデントのようです。10位走行中の BMW 夏目選手がスローダウンしています。
ラッキーだぜ。ローせずして賞金額が跳ね上がった。
兄貴、今一瞬バックミラーに赤い車が映った。
くっそ、もう来たのか。苦労して作ったマージンもあっけなかったな。
どうする？ブロックフォーメーションやるの？
いや、ブロックはしない。こっちのペースが落ちてしまう。上との差が離れるのはまずい。隙さえ見せなきゃ、いくらあいつでもこんな狭いコース幅で抜けるもんじゃねえよ。レコードラインから外すな。
望むところだよ。カナタとガチで勝負してやる。
それをやったらお前に勝ち目はないけどな。
Okay, with a little bit more power though, Kanata would be on level with the XC Gen 8C.
ゴーストタウンの死神がマシンの隊列を次々と飲み込んでいきます。ではこの状況を利用してと言ってはなんですが、 私が取材した片桐選手の情報をご紹介しましょう。本名は金谷ビントン。片桐という名字は日本人の父方のものと考えていいでしょう。本籍は英国ケンブリッジ。名門ロイヤルドニントンパークレーシングスクール、略して
Okay, for those quite familiar with the European Racing League, Donington Park is one of the most historical racetracks ever in England, next to Silverstone. So mentioning Donington Park here really puts a lot of prestige in our boy.
RDRS の出身です。4歳でカートを始め、7歳から英国カート選手権に参戦。その後2年で英国の著名なタイトルを6つ取ります。10歳で F4 参戦。こちらも2年でタイトルを奪取。
ちょっと待ってください。とんでもない経歴じゃないですか。
マジかよ。あれは旬のたわごとだと思ってた。
Agatha, it's your job to do a background check. Why didn't you? Profiling issues much, Agatha?
レーシングスクール訓練生には日本でいう卒業試験のようなものが義務付けられているのだそうですが、そこで片桐選手は全てのミッションでトップ通過を果たして卒業していったそうです。その時叩き出した総合得点はスクール始まって以来の新記録だったそうで、現実のコースでもシミュレーターでもタイムを作るセンスが尋常ではないレベルだったと RDRS 関係者が興奮気味に教えてくれました。それほどの逸材ですから卒業前から多くのオファーがあったそうなのですが、驚くべきことにその全てを蹴って故郷の実家に引きこもってしまったそうです。さて、私の取材には一つサプライズがあります。なんとドニントンのアカデミーには日本人の講師が一人在籍していたというのです。
There it is! Our boy! Our boy!
彼の名はtakumi fujiwara。
Our boy is back! Literally, our boy is back! I don't mean he is returned, but rather we see his back. Not to mention his hair is also slicked back. I'm wet. That was our boy! The heck! The heck! It all makes sense now! All the things are connected, all according to Cake! Oh, Myogi, why did you have to pause right then and there?
次回第6話。
Wait, was Kai crying? Oh my god, he is. Our boy is crying.
次回第6話。悲運のラリースト。
Alright, so a little bit of some revelations that we have witnessed there. One, Mikhail Beck in the Mongolian Chop Squad now makes his move. Kanata makes his move. Kai is crying. We saw ass. Alright, to be fair, we've had our dosage of... But you know what? Let me put this up before I shock myself. We've had our dosage of racing action, and frankly, this did not disappoint. But it did not live up to the hype. Maybe one comment that I may give is that there is a lack of Eurobeat to balance that said hype. But again, we don't want to overload this with AVEX material, which is an obvious given. At the same time though, they could it's just a start. Come on, let's be real here. It's just a start. We don't want to overload or overwhelm with too much hype with what's going on. We're getting a bit of some backstories with some of these ones, especially Kaito and Daigo's feud, because it is canon, Ferrari versus Lamborghini. It is an even matchup between Sakamoto and Shun. because it is rear-wheel drive. I mean, Audi versus Nissan, where everything is almost the same. Both are almost at 600 horsepower. Both are all-wheel drive. Well, okay, so there's one technical difference, is that it's the engine V10 versus V6 of the GTR versus the V10 of the Audi. Well, that's one, which kind of puts it more on the side of Sakamoto's argument that your car is everything in MFG. Yep. We still yet to see much from the BMW guy. No, I don't mean the one that retired. The one in the E92. I'm talking about the one in the M6. So we have not seen much of him yet. Nor the teal Porsche. Because I know, and I've already been spoiled by the manga, the driver of that Porsche, Jackson Taylor, is going to have his own feud with Kanata come at the end of this episode. The end of this race. What is it though? I am not in liberty to say because that is spoiler territory. But we're going to see some action of how Kanata would be able to overcome the Yuji Kita twins, beating the Alpha 4C and the XC. Why do I keep calling the Alpha 4C the Alpha 8C? So there's also that. Mizuno's Civic is already out of the picture, definitely. He just got Fujiwara Zone, that is a definite. And the only most exciting thing here that we have witnessed is the appearance of our boy Takumi Fujiwara. But I would have preferred it if we did not see the name at the back, because that was an absolute giveaway. I mean, I know the T in Fujiwara could have stood for anything. But for those who have been following Initial D loyally, when we see T Fujiwara, that is no doubt Takumi Fujiwara. And they had his same color palette as that of 5th stage. The brownish-like hair, although slicked back this time. Like the pimp name slicked back. And for those wondering, why is Kanata taller? Again, remember, Takumi's Asian. Pure-blooded Asian. Kanata is half Asian. So he has the growth spurt privilege. So don't him. Even if Takumi is older. Also, next episode, we're going to be seeing a lot of backstory of how this relates to Initial D, aside from MFG being the second half of Project D. More exposition will be thrown at us next episode, so we're going to be looking out for that one. I'm curious though, would the first race finish by the end of next episode? That's the only thing that worries me. Right now, they're at Section 3. And this is the only spoiler that I'm going to give, is that in MFG, the race is 2 laps. 2 laps in this long-ass circuit. So they're really going for the Gran Turismo route. So we'll see if it would end accordingly to how it was meant to be. But for now, we're left with this huge reveal. We may be spazzing, we may be disappointed. Again, how it was portrayed could have been made better. Because that is where it relies on. It's relying too much on the action for this episode that the build-up, there is no build-up. I mean, you basically spoiled us all. That, no, Kanata is not like Takumi, who was trained that way. He was trained by Takumi himself. And prior to that, he already had a huge racing notoriety. He is gifted as Michael Beck of the Mongolian Chop Squad. So, there is like... I'm seeing some level of One Punch Man here at play. And honestly, I don't like it. We don't see... It's like... We don't see much of development in Kanata. He's perfect as it is. The only thing that's going to stop Kanata's skill improvement or skill flexing is if something untoward happens to him physically. Aside from getting slapped, which is absolute... Yeah. So, what do you think of episode 5? Did the hype of the races live up to your standards? Did it not? For me, the only The only memorable thing for me here, aside from the Fujiwara reveal, is the fact that our boy Shunai was acting like an absolute creepy simp. Like so motivated by a kiss. I mean, I wish every guy was like that, motivated by a kiss of whatever it is nonchalant that they are doing. And of course, the one giving the kiss was so bugged out. Life. But anyway, so yeah, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't. I'm gonna dry my hair off because I was so wet from the Takumi reveal. And I will see all of you in the next episode of MFG.